looking for? Pyramid Lake, located here in northern Nevada. It's my backyard fishery. I was fortunate enough to grow up here fishing. Just a big, intimidating, and beautiful body of water. On top of Pyramid Lake being absolutely beautiful, I mean, let's face it, everybody's coming here for the fishing, right? Yes! Giant cutthroat trout. That's what we're known for here, and that's what this fishery has become. Everybody on this lake that has a line in the water has a legitimate shot at ripping a 20-pound fish. There he is. Oh, he's on that time. I'm gonna take the wheel. Jerkbait, baby! And that is why you see me fired up every time a rod goes down, every time a planer board rips across the water, because it's probably gonna be a big fish, and it could be the fish of a lifetime. Pyramid Lake is huge, 125,000 acres. It's a big body of water. It's just got a beautiful setting, kind of at the end of the Sierras. And then the east side of the lake has big giant cliffs, big gravel bars, and the west side of the lake has a lot of big sandy points that run out. And it makes a lot of different types of fishing, you know, all the different sand and gravel and rock cliffs, kind of has it all. You know, the Paiute Indian tribe that lives here, they have done such a great job with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service building this fishery into what it is. There's always a little bit of an aura around the lake. You know, you go to Jurassic Lake in Argentina, it's the most famous trout waters around. And, you know, man, you get home from traveling, you probably don't feel like going fishing at home. Wrong. Like, I literally have been home from Jurassic a day and been back out here on my home waters the next day. It's just that place for me. I mean, I'm sick about it. My expertise started with a lot of good hand-me-down information, and I've been able to build upon it. These fish are predators. They are always relating to some sort of structure. You know, certain times of the year, they want to be in the sand. They want to be in the big flats, in the sand flats. And certain times of the year, like right now, they want to be in the rocks. And it all has to do with bait. It has to do with chasing the tui chub around. Rarely do I ever have a day where I'm not trying something different. I don't ever use the same thing over and over and over again. You know, we'll put the stuff, the tried and true plugs out there, but then we'll put experimental rods out too. We'll try line and leader combos, rod combos, weights, Canada lures, you know, things that I fish lake trout with, different ideas, you know, that we always have. You always get off the water every day and you think about what you could have done different, what you could have done better. When I come out here, I have a goal, and that is to catch big fish. There's a lot of investigation that goes into my next day of fishing. Weather patterns, moon, talking to my buddies. We got a big circle of friends that we talk to. Because it all comes down to the science of everything. You break everything down, everything matters. But what we're doing now is I'm going 30 feet behind the planer board. I throw it out 30 feet, set my planer board, and then I'm trying to run this thing in about 12 feet of water. Right now, we're fishing the new Biominnow jerk baits, and we're putting them on planer boards, which is allowing us to get those jerk baits in to about 6-8 feet, and that keeps it up off the bottom, because obviously you don't want to snag getting grass on there. I love it when they hit these things. So fun. Trolling 4 miles an hour and they hit it, they just crush it. The key to the jerk baits for us this trip was running them 4 miles an hour. Yeah, that's right. Like, a lot of people out there trolling is gonna think, wow, that's really fast. But for those jerk baits, it was perfect. And these fish are on fire. They have no problem chasing these baits down. We've been throwing these jerk baits all of about 10 minutes now and just smashed a 10-pounder on it. We noticed that they were working really well, the Fire Tiger one especially. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to circle back and actually cast these jerk baits like they're really made to be fished and see how these fish were gonna react. Right away, I smashed a 13.5 pounder and then followed it up with another 8 pounder. So these fish were moving up onto these ledges at about 8 to 10 feet, and they're kind of working, as a predator does, those ledges for ambush points. We were ripping those jerk baits right off that ledge and then pausing them. And right at that pause, boom, that's when those fish smash it.
Wow. 2 fish, 2 casts.
Every detail matters. You can't just throw something on and throw it out there. You need to know why things are working a certain way. You need to know why those fish are where they're at. One of the other techniques that I love to do out here at Pyramid Lake is run jigs for these fish. And the new Guppy blade bait was perfect for this.
The Guppy blade. Boom!
Right off the bat, get smoked. Second cast, get smoked. So I mean, we've caught a lot of fish with those baits this trip. The harder I work at fishing, the more reward I get out of it. That's just me, that's just my personality, and that's how I approach life in general, is just like I do fishing. I'm Denis Isbister, and we're at Pyramid Lake. Welcome to my laboratory.